sir. I'd like to invite Shri Nadir Godrej, the chairman of Godrej Industries Limited, to say a few words about Professor Yadav.
Professor Yadav, Mrs. Yadav, Professor Sharma, Professor Pandit, fellow members on the dais, the Honorable Minister, friends. The entire chemical industry owes so much to UDCT, from its inception in 1933 and now as autonomous ICT. It has spread its wings far and wide, taken new campuses in its stride, spawned startups and giant corporations spread across many nations. And as for the Godrej Group, it's always been in the loop. And when it was UDCT, my father would then oversee doctoral students diligently. Much has been done in his memory, an oils and fats laboratory, a chair in green chemistry and sustainability engineering. And with this audience, I must share that Professor Yadav proposed this chair. In the service of engineering, we are proud to be pioneering. We saw this as a collaboration for both the group and the nation. From school straight to UDCT, a brilliant career is what we see. The advisor for his PhD was none other than M.M. Sharma, you see. I'm sure that this glorious start undoubtedly played a major part in Professor Yadav's outstanding career as a leading chemical engineer, with a can-do spirit full of good cheer that made him a visionary and a seer. In many aspects, he played a role. Efficient catalysis was a major goal. He worked in many fields for sure. Over the years, got patents galore. His doctoral students steadily mount. Over 100 is now the count. Master students are even more, a legacy that will endure through academic generations across all the major nations. His papers make a lengthy list. None of them should be missed. He receives many citations and delivers hundreds of orations. He served on journal editorial boards and received a plethora of awards from academia and industry, and several from SusChemE, as well as from other associations in India as well as other nations. And from our government, a Padma Shri. An endless stream is what we see. His knowledge is unfurled in different parts of the world. As visiting professor, he's in great demand. How he does it all is hard to understand. For all these assignments, he was ready, but with ICT, he was rock steady. Though there were changes in the name, the institute was just the same. Though, of course, as everyone knows, the stature then steadily rose, and Professor Yadav's progress was by no means any less. He rose to be the VC, and during his tenure, what we see is many endowments for chairs and labs. All of these were up for grabs. His pitch was always so thrilling that industry friends were more than willing. The progress is truly grand when academia and industry work hand in hand. He was always involved in SusChemE. A prominent role is what we see. When president in 2001, so much was achieved and done. A slew of endowments and awards, not one or two or three, but hordes. I'm grateful that I had the chance to work with this scientist par excellence. Green chemistry has always been there. But all the same, it's only fair to state that now it's to the fore, and the emphasis is that much more. 12 principles have shown the way. Green chemistry grows day by day. The cause by now would have been lost had we always incurred a cost. While planet saving led the way, now we know that it can pay. Harmful waste is very bad, but any waste is very sad. For after all, waste is lost, and so indeed, unneeded cost. For saving waste, it's always nice to have our reactions quite precise. Of course, a green chemistry is clean, but it pays well because it's lean. Much progress we now clearly see. with nano and biotechnology. Crop yields are all on the rise, and so it's not a big surprise. Natural feedstocks are catching on. The fossil way may soon be gone. Of course, every chemist knows of oil and starch and cellulose. We've used sucrose and ethanol and started using glycerol. But now that in recent days we've made progress with cellulase, cheap, simple sugars can lead the way, the dawning of a glorious day. And soon we'll make a giant leap as green energy gets very cheap. We can go where it's stranded or where power can't be landed. Iceland, the Sahara come to mind, other distant places we could find. We could make methanol from CO2 and formic or oxalic acid too. This chemistry would be very clean and to my mind truly green. This may seem a fantasy, but in good time we will see. For Professor Yadav, this is a goal. He has played a leading role. With his guidance, we can proceed with green technology and succeed. And thus, we acquire the ability for profitable sustainability. For Professor Yadav took the lead. He has helped us to succeed. We invited him on our board. Last year, our business really soared. His knowledge helps our business grow. Many benefits certainly flow. We value his sage advice. Working with him is very nice. For engineering services to our nation, here's one more felicitation. And it is a cause for much elation that it's also a birthday celebration. We wish him many happy returns. We hope the lamp of knowledge always burns and everyone then steadily learns. And now, as I end this oration, let's give Professor Yadav a standing ovation.